We're Jake and Tatina, and these are our pups, Joey and Charlie. We love exploring the world in our backyard, but we're also balancing 2 full-time jobs. We're dreaming of a day when we can travel full-time, and until then, we're fitting in as much as we can outside of work. Join us every second Friday as we share our adventures and daily lives. Subscribe and come with us for the ride. We just started our 2-week-long road trip through the Canadian Rockies, towing our 19-foot home on wheels behind us. If you haven't seen our last episode where we drove from our starting point of Vancouver to the Okanagan, go check it out on our channel to get caught up. This episode, we're taking you with us on a couple wine tours in the beautiful sunny valley of the Okanagan, and then we're off to our new destination of Mount Revelstoke National Park.
All right, we are up. We're off to take the dogs out for a run at the park, tire them out, give them some bones so that we can go do our wine tastings for the day. And just to be clear, we do have air conditioning and a camera set up so we can watch the dogs, and the air conditioning will be set automatically so they will stay cool all day. There's nobody else at this dog beach. Check it out. All to ourselves. So now that we've got the dogs all tuckered out, we're heading to our first destination of the day. What is the plan for today? Wine tasting.
Start off with at
Cedar Creek.
Cedar Creek wineries.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna go tubing.
Yeah, we're gonna go float down in Penticton.
There's a big famous river we can just buy tubes at and
Yeah,
go
we
down,
rented a double tube that we sit in and float down. It takes about an hour and a half to float down. And then we have a second wine tasting, but the second one includes an actual tour of the full cellar. So that should be really cool. We have a jam-packed day. Maybe if we're ambitious, we'll actually get around to kayaking today. I don't know yet. We'll see how we feel.
This is their estate Riesling. Estate Pinot Noir.
Wine tour number 1, success?
Success.
Definitely success. Alright, so we're just finishing at the Cedar Creek Winery. We actually ended up buying a bottle of wine. It was the last wine we tasted.
Oh my gosh.
Best wine Tatina has ever had, apparently.
Best wine I have ever had. It's called the Cedar Creek Estate Winery Platinum Riesling Ice Wine. And oh my gosh, if you are a fan of sweet white wines, this is like perfection. I gave it a 7 out of 5. It's so good.
7 out of 5. That's like a 14 out of 10.
Yeah.
140%.
It's so good.
But the whole experience was really nice. They brought us in, they sat us down, explained the menu to us. Our professional wine guy came up.
Our sommelier, as
Our sommelier. We got to try 10 different wines. So we got 1 glass of each wine and we split it. And then for 6 out of the 10 wines, we actually got a little food pairing on the side, which was really good. Awesome experience. Yeah.
I wish it was longer.
Yeah, we have a longer one booked for later today.
Yeah, it was only 45 minutes, but it was still really good. We were supposed to go to do that float thing on the river in Penticton at 2:30. It's now 1:50. Google Maps told us we could make it in 30 to 45 minutes from here, so we had booked that originally and brought our bathing suits, and we're ready to go. But there is some kind of accident, so it's going to take us now 2 hours to get there, which
Just won't make it.
isn't worth it, and we'll miss our reservation anyways, so we are just trying to cancel that and go find somewhere to eat and maybe go back to the trailer, say hi to the boys, and then we'll do our next wine tour in the evening.
Yeah, we consider moving the float to later if it was the only reservation available for the wine tour later, so we can't move that. We'll do the float on another trip one day, I'm sure.
We came here because it was highly reviewed on Google.
This is different. We got like a crepe with Indian food in it.
Kind of weird, honestly, but we'll try it out.
I read it, so.
So I got paneer in mine, and I guess they give you curries or chutneys or something to dip them in. That's good. What do you think?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay, so we were trying to be polite at the time because the server was nearby, but to be honest with you, we didn't really enjoy the food. It just wasn't our thing. Indian food in a crepe wasn't something that our taste buds liked. Anyways.
Hello, hello.
We are off to our second winery of the day, the last one, hopefully a good finish.
We are at the Mission Hill Family Estate. It's so fancy here.
So this estate is world-renowned for its award-winning wines, stunning architecture, and incredible views. Our tour guide introduced us to some of the history of this winery, and the founder of the estate is a very successful businessman named Anthony von Mandel. Years ago in the 1980s, he made a risky move of starting one of the first wineries in the Okanagan, a region in Canada that was not known for its wine at the time. Anthony quickly became a pioneer for the wine movement in the Okanagan Valley, discovering that it had an ideal winemaking climate, and so he was able to grow the estate to be one of the top wineries recognized around the world. Even Prince William and Kate, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, visited the estate a few years ago. Mission Hill sits at the top of a ridge overlooking the beautiful Okanagan Lake and all of the vineyards. Today we got to tour the courtyard, archways, the 12-story bell tower that rings every half hour, and the 800 barrels full of wine in the underground barrel cellar carved right into the hillside's volcanic rock.
It is very European-inspired architecture. It's beautiful.
We really feel like we stepped outside of the normal world and into this peaceful, timeless sanctuary.
So they served us 4 different wines. We had a Sauvignon Blanc, a Vista Rosé, a Cabernet Franc, and a Quatrain. My favorite personally was the Rosé. I didn't really like it as much when I just drank it straight from the glass, but as soon as I paired it with that fresh ricotta and rhubarb compote, and then I drank the wine, it was so good. It made it so sweet, and I'm a big fan of sweet wines.
So tell me about that guy who owns the place, Anthony.
He is pretty rich. What did we looked up his net worth?
$8.2 billion.
$8.2 billion.
And we're pretty sure we saw him fly in.
Yeah.
On his private helicopter.
And it flew over our heads, literally, so close to us. And our server came over and said, "Oh yeah, that was just Anthony. Sometimes he stops by." It was pretty wild. I aspire to be Anthony. I want to be Anthony.
That's the dream. So we're just leaving the Mission Hill Winery, and it was incredible. We're actually eating our vegetarian beef jerky. There was a vegetarian butcher in Kelowna that we thought we'd swing by and check out what they have, and they have beef jerky. We also got some vegetarian bacon, which I think we'll try out, I don't know, one of these days with breakfast. But, as I was saying, we're just leaving the winery. It was incredible. And tonight we're actually gonna kayak. We got the kayaks in the back, and we're gonna head out to downtown Peachland and set out. Cheers. Ding. Are you ready for a paddle on the Okanagan Lake?
All right.
Okay, you good?
Okay.
Cooking breakfast, so I'm gonna quickly head over to Tim Hortons, grab some breakfast for us, come back, and then I'll lead the charge on the teardown. Can I get a small coffee with 1 sugar, a medium coffee double? I start putting things into the pass-through storage, I usually clear everything out. There's a very specific way everything needs to go in, or it won't fit properly. Stop in Vernon, grab some supplies, give the truck a little rest, and then we'll make our way to Revelstoke. I think it's about an hour to an hour and a half from Vernon to Revelstoke, and that's where our RV park is. Just pulled over in a grocery store parking lot. I'm gonna use the restroom, let the dogs have a little break, give the truck a little break. We only got about 30 minutes left till we're at our RV park. Just checking our thermostat here, and it says it's 45 degrees outside. That's insane. Alright, after about 4 hours of driving, we arrived in Revelstoke at the Boulder Mountain Resort. I'm just parked off to the side as I don't really know where to go. Our check-in reservation did not say which site we're at, so Tatina ran in to go get us all signed in and tell me where to go, and then we're gonna back in and hopefully plug in. Excited to be done driving for the day. Wouldn't be so bad if the heat wasn't record highs, over 40 degrees. Here she comes. We're all checked in. All right, so that's how we get to our site. Before we get anything else set up, we're plugging in the AC.
We're gonna go to a lake. Martha Creek Provincial Park is what it's called, and apparently there's a dog off-leash area, so we will go check that out. We've both got our swimsuits on because it is smoking hot, so I'm really hoping that there is a nice swimming area for humans. I know that a lot of the dog beaches are really muddy sometimes, so let's hope that this is just as nice as Lake Okanagan, and it's clear and beautiful, and most of all, cool. We are back at the trailer, and it is such a nice temperature outside, so we're sitting in our chairs doing a little bit of work on our laptops.
Covered in bug spray, enjoying a nice cold beer after a hot day. We got some plant-based matzo sticks in the oven. Never tried those before. I'm excited for those. We'll have it in about 10 minutes. Cheers.
Cheers. Next episode, we're going to something called the Meadows and the Sky Parkway, and then we're hiking up Mount Revelstoke. And after that, we're crossing the border to Alberta and seeing the Rockies. Remember to hit that subscribe button to be notified of our next episode, and if you like this video, click that like button for us. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.
Alright, so we're just finishing at the Cedar Creek Winery.
Woo! I promise I'm not naked. I just have a one-shoulder top on.
Turn right onto Lakeshore Road.
Okay, we gotta turn this lady on.
Yes, we thought we could make it in
Turn right
there.
onto Lakeshore.
So Google
Continue on Lakeshore Road for